All right, you guys, welcome to Yoga for the Back. We're going to be doing a class today that's all designed on releasing tension in the lower back. Now, just know that the lower back is also connected to the pelvis, so we're going to be doing a lot of opening throughout the hips and the groin as well in this practice. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start in a comfortable seat. You can either take your right ankle and cross it in front of the left, or you can come in a half lotus position, taking the right foot into the opposite hip crease, into the left hip crease, peeling the flesh away from the sit bones and grounding through the pelvis. We'll just start in a comfortable seat, lengthening through the crown of the head, and just take a moment to close the eyes and settle in. Create maximum length in the spine, lengthening up through the crown of the head with the eyes closed. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Tune your awareness into your breath. And just begin to start regulating the breath in and out through the nose. Really practice on lengthening every inhale, completely filling up the lungs. And doing the same with the exhale, slowly decompressing that air out. Make every breath deeper, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. And let's incorporate Ujjayi breathing. So full deep inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, practice closing off the back of the throat and slowly decompressing that air out. So adding that little bit of sound behind the breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose, close off the back of the throat. Continue like that. As you inhale, practice inhaling through the belly, the mid-chest, the upper chest, even into the upper back. So pull that inhalation up the spine. As you exhale, lightly contract navel towards the spine, slowly releasing the air out, feeling the belly deflate. 2 more rounds. And you're going to work to keep this breath work with you as you move through the practice. Keep it flowing, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, closing off the back of the throat. That will build some heat from the inside out. And just reminding yourself, above all else, this is a breathing practice. Make sure that breath is flowing with purpose, power, and intention behind every inhale and behind every exhale. Let's go ahead and gently open up the eyes. Continuously keep the navel drawn in, the pelvic floor lifted. You're resting your palms onto your knees. We're going to maintain a straight spine and just start to extend the heart forward. Gently lean the body towards the right knee. You're going to come through neutral, through center, and then you lean towards the left. And continue like that. So we're drawing big rotations and you're going in a clockwise direction. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you come through neutral. Continue to keep pushing the palms down into the knees, opening up into the hips. Keep the core active and maintain that breath. You want to make sure that you're keeping your spine nice and straight and you're not really rounding the chest or tucking the chin as you're doing this. Let's do 1 more full rotation round. Stay in this direction. And then go ahead, stop in neutral, finding a straight spine. Take your fingertips alongside the body, turn the palms to face up. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead, create some length in the spine. Take an interlock grip, so you're going to interlock the fingers, flip the palms, so the palms are extended straight up towards the sky, and then drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep the belly in, and we're going to do shoulder rolls back, so you're kind of creating like a figure 8 here. So you're going to start with the right shoulder. You're just going to start to roll the right shoulder blade back, and then the left shoulder blade back. Continuously keep stretching up through the waist as you do this. The right rolls back, and then the left. Right and left. Right and left. Let's go for 5, 4, keep the belly in, 3, 2, last one. Stop in the center, connect your palms together. Let's take a stretch to the side. So tense your fingertips out on the right side of the body, just a few inches away from the hip. Stretch out of the left side of the body and just start to lean yourself towards the right. You can remain on your fingertips or you can ground your palms. If you have a little bit more flexibility in the spine, you can maybe lower down onto the right forearm. You're maximizing the distance between the left hand and that left hip. So reach long with that left arm. The arm is directly over the ear. Keep that left sit bone grounded, that left knee down, and breathe into the left side of the ribs. So the intercostals, the space between those ribs. So every inhale, create a little bit more length. You're reaching longer, and exhale, find more depth. You do want to make sure that you're not compressing too much into this bottom shoulder. So keep the space open between the shoulder and the ear. Find your breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And then you're going to wait for your inhale, lead with that top arm. Slowly start to rise up. We're coming into a twist. Take your right hand behind you. Left hand moves outside the right knee. Inhale, extend the spine, keep the belly in. And exhale, just start to rotate, look past your right shoulder. Make sure you're not rocking back, you're not dropping the chest. Inhale, spine straight, and exhale, rotate. Wait for your inhale. Slowly start to unwind, stretch your arms overhead. And then exhale, we're going to take a forward fold. So you can tent out your fingertips. Listen to your flexibility here, not pushing too deep, too fast. You start to crawl forward. And you decide how deep you go. Slowly working with your flexibility. At the very end, when you've gone as far as you can go, you're just going to tuck your chin around your spine and work on getting the forehead towards the mat. If you're really far away from the mat, don't worry about it. Just work on that flexibility, and over time, maybe we'll get a little bit closer and find more depth. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. And then with your inhale, use the support of the hands, slowly come back to that neutral spine. Place the palms back on the knees. We're going to create a little bit more movement now into the upper part of the spine, mostly the thoracic spine and into the chest. So staying with those rotations, those spinal rotations, and we're going to stay in the same direction, circling to the right. So let's start with the chest pulling forward. Drop your chest towards the right, and this time you're going to round. So you're going to drop your chest down as you round the spine. Bring the rib cage towards the left, and then forward. And do this a few times really slow so you can feel out the movement getting into that mid-back. Coordinate the movement with the breath. So inhale as you come forward, exhale as you go back and you drop the chest. And then once you feel like you've got this movement figured out, see if you can smooth it. Make every circle maybe a little bit bigger than the last. And remember, you're isolating that movement into that mid-back, kind of like bra strap height. Maybe you speed it up a little bit as that mid-back starts to warm up. Adjust your breath if you need to. And let's do one more. Slowly come through center. Let's switch out the legs. So left leg can now either cross in front of the right for a simple Sukhasana, cross-legged seated position, or if you like half lotus position, you're going to take that left foot, get it into the hip crease on that right side. Once again, peel the flesh away from the sit bones. Create a nice long spine, zip the belly in, pelvic floor is lifted. Keep the pelvic floor lifted the entire time. Palms on the knees, we're going counterclockwise this time, so we're circling towards the left. We'll start with that straight spine, start to bow forward, keep that spine straight, heart lifted, and then shift the body towards the left, come through neutral, to the right, and you begin again. Inhale as you come forward, exhale as you come through neutral. Start small, and then once those hips, lower back, everything starts to loosen up, make it a little bit bigger and a little bit deeper. Find your breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Closing off the back of the throat on that exhale. Let's do a few more. Remember, stay in this direction. Last one. Let's come through center, find a straight spine. Inhale your arms overhead. Once again, take that interlock grip. Flip your palms, lock out your arms, but then drag your shoulders down the back. Zip the belly in. We're going for those figure eights. We're going to start with the left shoulder this time. Roll the left shoulder blade back, and then the right. Left, and then the right. This might feel a little bit awkward at first. Keep practicing, and over time, you might be able to really get that coordination and that movement. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We'll finish it out. Come through center. And then tent out your fingertips off towards the left side of your body. Stretch out of the right side. So long line of reaching with that right arm. Bicep directly over the ear. Remember, if you can go for depth, you can maybe lower onto that left forearm. Maximize the distance between the right hand and that right hip. So really dig that right sit bone and then that right knee down in towards the mat. Lengthen that right arm as long as possible. Breathe into the ribs on that right side, creating that space. So on that inhale, breathe into the rib cage, feel that space open, and exhale, see if you can find more depth. Make sure you're not hanging out in that left shoulder. Create some space between the left shoulder and the left ear. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And then wait for your inhale, contract the core, lead with that top arm and slowly start to rise up. Let's move into that twist. So take this right hand across to the opposite knee, just outside that left knee. Left hand, tent up the fingertips behind you. Inhale, extend the spine straight. Exhale, start to rotate, look past your left shoulder. Make sure your chin stays parallel to the ground. You don't want to be hiking those shoulders up. Keep drawing the shoulders down away from the ears as you twist. Use your breath. Inhale, spine straighter. Exhale, rotate and twist deeper. Wait for your inhale, and on your inhale, slowly start to unwind. Take the arms overhead. Once again, coming into that forward fold, so you can tent out the fingertips, you can ground the palms, depending on your flexibility, and just start to walk forward. Stop along the way. If you're as deep as you can get, you want to experience a little bit of discomfort, that's okay, but we don't want to be pushing into any pain in the body. If you're getting too deep and you're feeling pain, that might be your cue to back off and walk back a little bit. Remember, give it time. Flexibility takes a long time to create in the body. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And then with your inhale, walk yourself up. Use the support of the hands, coming back to a neutral position. Coming a little bit higher on the spine. Staying with those circles towards the left, so you're circling in that counterclockwise. So palms on the knees. Spine is straight. We'll start here. Pull the rib cage forward on the inhale. Rib cage goes towards the left. Drop the chest back to the right and forward. Begin again. Left, back, right, forward. Remember, we're isolating the movement like rib cage and that mid back, circling it out, smooth it out. Now keep in mind, you might be a little bit more skillful in one direction versus the other direction. That is normal. Try to smooth it out the best that you can. We're just creating a little bit of elasticity, a little bit of flexibility here, promoting some good blood flow into this area. Let's do one more. And then stop in the center. If you have the half lotus, go ahead, cross at the ankles instead. Roll over your feet, plant your hands. Let's make our way to a tabletop position.